This winter, join Sorted Food for a live-streamed weekend of food and fun with a killer twist. Sorted Live presents The Last Bite. Watch as assorted guys are thrust into a manor house of mystery, cooking challenges, games, and professional actors having to hilariously improvise to survive. It's part feast, part whodunit, where we bring the food and you solve the crime. Secure your seat at the table now.
Chef,
Yes.
normal, how are we feeling?
Yes.
I mean, always
Excited?
happy for gadgets.
Always happy.
Love me some Gadget.
Gritted teeth.
Yeah.
Lift the cloche on gadget number one.
I shall. What we got, Jay?
We've got a mixer.
A slicer. I can see blades and I can see a shoot.
But is it battery powered rather than electric? Oh. No, silly. Is it silly? Is it battery powered rather than mains? So you can take it wherever you want?
It is battery chargeable via USB-C.
The new standard.
The new standard. So today we have some incredible kitchen gadgets that have, well, I say incredible, you've suggested them and you think it'd be really interesting to get a chef and a normal to have a look at them and pass judgment. Any guesses?
It's a battery-operated food slicing machine.
This is the automatic peeling machine. The automatic peeling machine peels skins of grapes, garlic, and cherry tomatoes in just 20 seconds. So the two buttons on the top spin both ways.
That's a safety catch.
So you have a peeling button, and then when you finish peeling, it rotates the other way and spits it out the chute.
That's unnecessarily weird. I like it.
Also extremely efficient.
Would you like to give it a go with the three things that this specific gadget mentions? So you have some grapes, some cherry tomatoes, and some garlic.
First off, there is nothing more satisfying than eating a peeled grape.
I don't think I've ever purposefully done it.
How many does it say it can do? I don't want to sort of overload it, but at the same
that'll
time,
do. Well, it's got to be like a single layer, so not on top of each other. Yeah, that's about right.
yeah, great.
Do you remember which button does which? Because
No.
they're in Chinese.
Either they're going to come out here or they're going to peel.
Jay, it's peeling grapes, mate.
So that's
That's the peeler.
the peeler.
Spit them out.
And then spit them out.
Jay, that's remarkable. Jay, that's just peeled 2 handfuls of grapes.
Oh my gosh.
That makes Solveronique so much easier. I mean, let's get up close and personal.
Are they any good? Are they peeled well?
Not a perfect job. We maybe ought to have given it another few seconds, but some of them are spot on.
Yeah.
So this is what they claim. The rotating blade system ensures smooth, even peeling whilst preserving maximum fruit flesh. Perfect for chefs or home canning.
Yeah.
Designed to remove the skin without taking too much of the fruit flesh, features an internal battery for camping or outdoor events.
I'm very impressed because grapes are quite soft. So the fact that it's done that without bruising and damaging the grapes and it spat them out, I'm very impressed with that.
And it hasn't
So much so, I want another go.
it hasn't altered the shape of them. Like, you know, it hasn't taken chunks out of them.
They spin, they bounce. They still end up grape-shaped.
That's
I mean,
the
that-
funnest bit.
That is genius.
Do you want to try some tomatoes? Let's see if it works there.
Now, this I can see more of a use for. You mentioned canning. I think if you have a gluttony of cherry tomatoes,
Really fiddly to peel.
really
as a
fiddly to
normal.
peel by hand, I would never bother with cherry tomatoes. Bad enough doing plum
Big
tomatoes.
tomatoes,
It says 20 seconds. So I reckon that's about halfway. Yeah.
What? Little Emma's face, look at him.
I am buzzing because I just trying to imagine trying to do that by hand. Literally impossible by hand on cherry tomatoes.
It's only munched one of them. So out of the 20 or so that are there, it's mangled one of them, but the rest of them are, I'd say, better than the grapes.
Yeah, they're slightly bigger, aren't they? And slightly
Yeah.
rounder.
I want to know how it handles garlic. because it claims it does. If it legitimately peels garlic, then I might be sold. Come on, I really want this to work.
Again, undamaged.
Yeah.
And peeled garlic.
Oh my goodness, that's...
There's a bit more of the fluff that's got caught.
But it is just.
But it's peeled.
It's fluff. It's not
still attached.
That is.
Well, I mean,
Well, blow me down. If you're making vats and vats of kimchi because it's your passion, your hobby, or your craft, then you want to be able to peel 100 cloves of garlic.
Yeah.
Then I can see you whip this out every couple of weeks and do that, great. For the domestic cook,
it's a weird one, isn't
difficult
it?
to justify.
It kind of feels designed for a domestic cook, but then a domestic cook wouldn't find its true value. Well, boys, I know the question you're asking me to ask you. The automatic peeling machine, how much does it cost?
That is the question
format.
on my lips.
So now I'm going to re-ask you that, because I jumped ahead. How much do you think we paid for it?
Every bone in my body is saying £30.
I think less than £30 at $29.99.
It's $19.99.
$19.99.
Do you know what that's? Oh my god! Oh, that's 20 quid.
I might just do it to batch skin garlic and then just pack it here and take it home.
And take that around to charge my phone in case
It
I need.
doesn't work like
Right,
that.
okay,
It
so-
charges via a USB. It doesn't charge things.
I mean, have we double checked that?
Right, now back to that original question that you really want me to ask. The automatic peeling machine, is this a skin-credible gadget or tomately awful?
It's a skin-credible gadget.
It's a skin-credible gadget.
Neither of us
Off to
need
a fire,
it.
everyone! Let's zoom to number 2. So gadget number 2 could solve a big problem of mine personally. Give it a lift.
Scream for a rash.
It's not far off.
Dope.
It's the Dimple soap bar. Now we've done our garlic, does this get rid of the smell of raw garlic? We had done so many
We've done
of those.
stuff like that. Dishes to get into the nooks and crannies of dishes.
Because it won't scratch?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so.
So it's something like something soap. So
I think it's just because it's like, this is dope. I don't think the D stands for anything. I think it's just
So it's not an acronym.
soap. Yeah. But do you know what? I'm
Once again,
proud
my
of you for thinking better.
once again, my marketing degree coming to good use.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just combine the words. What are you talking about?
It's a portmanteaus, really. He said he needs it. So he's regularly burning things in the bottom of pans. So that doesn't make sense.
So is it just a new style of sponge or washcloth?
Close, but it has quite a specific usage scenario. This was invented by musician Joshua Grange, who loves to bake using natural yeasts and needed a better way to deal with sticky dough hands without ruining endless sponges and wasting tons of flour, water, and time.
You're an idiot. It's
Dough.
dough.
It looks like a soap,
Like dough.
but it's for dough. Dope. So
Dope.
it's dough soap.
So we were right.
It's a portmanteaus.
Fine. So this is Dope, the hand cleaning wonder. Easily removes stubborn dough from hands, bowls, bins, jars, and more. Say goodbye to sticky hands and ruined sponges because Dope does not wear out.
We've seen some people with magic hands. I don't know if like magic dough hands.
Oh,
when
yes.
we were in
Teflon hands.
Barcelona.
Barcelona was a great example. Just
And we
wet,
were
sticky dough.
making bread, and it was the wettest, stickiest dough I've ever seen someone work with in their lives.
And it stuck to all of us.
And for him, just came off.
His hands were like Teflon.
It was incredible. But for me, I just get dough constantly stuck to my hand. I'm just doing this.
It goes all over the
time.
work surface.
Yeah.
You can't add water to it because then it becomes sticky and goes everywhere and ruins your cloths.
Can
But
add
you have
flour to
add-
it and rub it off, but then you've got things to clear and it's a waste of flour.
So what you're saying is we need a dope dough soap.
That's exactly it. That marketing degree is coming in handy.
You got a D in it though.
It's got dough in it. Would you like to try it?
Sure.
Well, I think we have to.
Okay, so you have a very wet batter.
I mean, this is incredibly sticky to kind of demonstrate because it does get stuck everywhere.
There you go.
There's nothing worse than once you've been working with dough. Actually, a bit of flour to try and get some of it off.
I'll use the old-fashioned way I have a sponge and I have my hands and I have some warm soapy water, so I'll get them mucky and then I'll try and clean them.
Fantastic. So this is designed to be used in hot soapy water in replacement of your sponge, but shouldn't get ruined, therefore is far better, lasts longer, and cost saves over time considering how long it lasts.
Different ways of doing it. Yeah, rub your hands together, all these little bits kind of come off and you can eventually incorporate them back into the dough. Maybe add a little bit more flour to dry it out. Picking between fingers is a nightmare. Otherwise, hot soapy water and a sponge, which you can do. Does work.
Comes off. Well,
what I would say though, especially to your original point about natural yeasts and a yeasted dough, is you've now got all little bits of, like literally caught in here, little bits of dough that are in warm, wet liquid that, you know, that's what yeast love. Whereas dope,
come on, Ebbers.
Is it a revelation? Is it the best way I've ever washed my hands? Yes.
What? What's happening? Your face is saying no.
Yeah, because I don't want to like it as much as I do. Yes! All the little bits get into all the little places they need to go. It's soft, not abrasive in your hand. Do that with a scourer and you can feel it scratching your skin. Yeah. This is still soft enough, so it's actually quite comfortable to get in all the little crevices, and every last bit has come off a treat. And yet that is untouched, untarnished, and will go on for a while.
So here are the claims made. It's made from high quality American silicone, independently lab certified to be skin and hand safe. Less time spent scrubbing or soaking tools, hands and bowls. Traditional cleaning tools, cloths, brushes, sponges, etc. can degrade, absorb smells or even damage surfaces or tools. Silicone-based items are gentler on surfaces, resist staining and odour, and don't wear out quickly.
That I don't think was necessarily much easier or quicker than using a sponge. However, once I've used the sponge, it's pretty much useless for everything else because it's got all of that dough kind of caught in amongst all of the Brillo pad.
How much do you think we paid for this?
I have to presume that that won't wear down a huge amount over time. And if I think about how much money we spend on what I would call consumables in terms of cleaning materials, so J-cloths, dishcloths, scourers, and if you add that up over a year, I reckon I would happily pay and more responsibly buy one of those for 25 quid, which is a hell of a lot of money. It's an investment. Why would you ever pay that when you can just pay another couple of quid to get another thing you're going to throw away in a month's time? But actually, if you are able to invest for the future, that is the future.
$24.99, less than 25 quid.
$25?
Yeah. Coming in at £18.50-ish.
Oh.
He's already put it in his pocket. I think I already know the answer. But is this gadget dope or nope?
I mean, I went on a journey there, but that's one of the more useful, practical inventions and innovations in the kitchen I've seen for a long time. It's dope.
Its genius is its simplicity. It's dope.
Some would say the opening two gadgets are just an upward trajectory towards triumph. Others would say it's a wonderful cliff edge to fall off the edge of. Let's review number 3. Okay, boys.
Okay.
Lift the cloche on number 3.
But it's like Tupperware, but it's got a shelf in it which has holes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm lost. What is that shape?
Okay. In 3 seconds, wrong answers only. 3, 2, 1. Jamie.
Steak.
They come in a pair, but they're foot spars.
This is the Cook's Choice Better Breader XL. The Better Breader XL breading station makes breading and seasoning meats and vegetables quick, clean and hassle-free. The flexible tray is made from durable plastic and designed as an all-in-one solution for home cooking or outdoor use. Perfect for frying fish, barbecues, camping and more. Say goodbye to multiple bowls, messy counters and endless dishes. With this airtight lid, your breading stays contained. When you're done, simply pop it into the dishwasher for easy cleanup. For clarification, you will still need to do your egging in a separate bowl.
Yeah, so this is just the dredging.
And you just dredge it in either flour or breadcrumbs.
It's sounding more and more dreaders by the minute.
Well, before you pass judgment, Mr. Grumpy Pants, would you like to try it?
I've not been Mr. Grumpy Pants in this particular episode. Thank you very much. I'd love to try it.
Okay, shall we make some deep fried mozzarella dippers?
Sounds delicious.
Ebbers, you've scoured the kitchen for spices and seasonings for our breadcrumbs. What have you gone for?
It's a great question, Mike. Cumin, oregano, black pepper, salt. Simple.
Lovely.
So it says there's just 2 simple steps.
Two simple steps.
1, fill.
Who's he?
Number 2, shake. You do need to make it wet first.
Yeah, so this was our thought process, is that you're probably going to have to do the flour egg process first, and then you pop it in wet, and then shake it up and down to coat it in the breadcrumbs.
Okay, so mozzarella sticks, shake off excess flour into wet. Now you put your lid on, Jane, and shake carefully, because the other thing I would say is if you're doing arancini balls or something that's a bit delicate, you don't want to shake them, you want to gently pass them through breadcrumbs. You're now going to have to shake that. Shake. Imagine you're on the QVC channel. Now, luckily, mozzarella's quite rubbery, and then I think shimmy to get rid of all the loose crumbs down to the bottom again, and then we should end up with perfectly... No, I could have done better by hand. And the thing with liquid centres, like a cheese like this, is you need a perfect seal, like a double pane, I would argue. That's not done anything. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
No, it's exactly the same.
Because you're shaking it, every time you get a little bit to stick to it, you then shake it, so all the edges that rough up against the thing knock the breadcrumbs away again.
Yeah.
That's how I'd do it.
Yeah.
And without bashing it all around, you end up with something that's actually breaded.
So according to the reference video, actually linked to the product on Amazon, this is how the person demonstrating it uses it. Flour, egg, breadcrumb. I wanted to know whether this was a volume thing, whether this was, oh, you're not going to get messy hands. You can shake a bowl in breadcrumbs and still not physically touch the food with your hands.
Same number of things to wash up, actually more, because this has got a rack and a lid.
But it's dishwasher safe.
It's top shelf dishwasher safe.
Yeah, but so are these, or bowls, or pasta bowls, or plates. Dust it with your hand, shake it off, use a fork or tongs to make sure they're submerged and moved, and then a gentle tossing of items, especially if they're delicate, means you get something like that actually has breadcrumbs around it, rather than that, which is so thin around the corners where it's brushed up against the grate and knocked the breadcrumbs off.
It's just fried cheese.
It's where it slits.
Yeah.
That's where it breaks and where the cheese falls out. Absolutely rubbish.
How much do you think we paid for it? Oh, that is lovely, Ebbers.
Superb. Look at that cheese, Paul.
The one I did is, yeah.
£15.
$18.
When you convert it from dollars, £26.40.
Oh!
Let's not even dwell on this.
No.
Are you ready to make the purchase, or is it a bit crummy?
Nice, crummy as hell.
Absolutely crummy.
Let's move on to number 4.
Please.
Okay, boys.
Yes.
Lift of the clocher on number 4. Let's see
You've
if
got
we
some
can-
making up to do.
It's not down to me, mate.
Oh. It's plugged in down
It's
here.
plugged in, but is it plugged in because of heat? Is it plugged in because of...
It's plugged in because of heat.
So you're pushing something down. What does this bit do? Is that now open or...
That is a latch.
What goes in there?
There's
It's
only one thing that's that shape.
a sausage.
Kebab.
A kebab.
This is the Lavna Kebab Maker. Introducing our electric kebab maker machine, the ultimate tool for effortless kebab preparation with ground meats.
So this is for preparing it, not for cooking it?
I think possibly both.
This simplifies the skewering process, ensures consistent results with minimal effort required, from Adana kebab to kebab kabude, kofta, sikh, and beyond.
Amazing.
Would you like to try?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Lovely jubbly.
Here's your tings. Okay, boys, so you have a pre-prepared Baikush lamb kofta mix. So you insert your skewer, clamp it shut, remove the plunger, add the meat, squish down the plunger to distribute the meat throughout the chamber.
Portion control, I reckon, is everything here.
We've got to try and guess how much.
Yeah, this is probably a...
Or is it just
give it a go.
one of those?
Pinch it off. Plunging.
And it's not seeping out the sides yet, or the end.
How are we looking?
Not bad.
Tell you what, Mike. Got blooming kebab.
Couldn't have done that by hand as quickly or as
No.
easily.
Not at all. That's
Or as
fantastic.
consistently. Actually, you probably could have done it as quickly and as easily, but not as
I
consistently.
remember when I was shaping them, trying to get it the right, like the same thickness all the way through.
Best video ever.
And now you've got the grill lines that will come from that as well.
You know what we also need?
So here are the claims. The heating element warms the unit to allow for easy removal without damaging the kebab. Creates perfectly shaped kebabs every time.
I mean, one time so far. If it does it for a second time, I'm happy to take that as a verbatim.
And it simplifies the skewering and forming process instead of manually hand rolling the meat or shaping each kebab by hand. They're the claims. How are we looking?
Number 2. Do you know what?
System.
Consistent with that one, which means they're also going to cook exactly
the
the
same
same
time.
time.
We might have come back around, everyone. Full circle moment, character arcs, what more could you want? Are we on Netflix?
Comment down below, are you watching this video
Full stop.
at
Please
home,
do.
at home on your TV, on a laptop or desktop, or on your phone? And if it's on your phone, where are you? You don't have to write toilet if that's the answer. I might have egged that one a bit much. It started to seep out, that one.
Now, what it's done, it is,
but it gets
what
rid
it's
of...
done is it's pinched it off.
Pinches
That
it
wasn't
off.
as good.
What was different to the first two? Because those first two are perfect.
The first 2, it was a clean machine.
Ah, I see.
I think it was starting to catch a bit from the first 2, and therefore, all in all. But you know what? I mean, it's still on par. Whack these under our intense grill.
It smells amazing.
We cannot judge the gadget on the cooking or construction. But Ebbers, you've done a wonderful job. It looks fantastic.
Should be good.
Have a munch
There you go, Jake.
and let me know your thoughts after you've swallowed.
Cheers. I mean, the kit didn't come with a recipe, but the spicing on that meat is delicious. Well done, Kush. The fact that you get that even cook on the kebab is the thing that means it cooks all the way through without drying out. But under a high grill, you get those crispy bits that sort of spit and burn and char a bit. I think what's worth pointing out, and I don't think it was obvious at first when we used it, because it's such a gentle heat, but the bottom of this, and then eventually the top heated up, but you can see in just the time it took us to make 3, the bottom is so much cleaner and none of the lamb stuck or any of the fat was kind of lifted from it, whereas the top, it's still quite catchy. I think we could have left it to preheat longer before using it, but that part of it is also really useful and functional.
It's not the most user-friendly, easy thing to use. It's a bit clunky here and there.
Rustically constructed.
Everything
doesn't
comes
it?
apart, but that means it's
Yeah.
easy to clean
Yeah.
for sure,
But,
but it doesn't
you know-
mean everything's a bit...
For the home, I'm not sure, but for a small kebab shop that needs to do 50 of those a shift or something like that, then I can see it being really useful.
How much do you think we paid for this?
I reckon the equivalent of £39.
I had £50 in my head.
Would you pay £97.50 for it?
I mean, you love a kebab.
I love a kebab.
Do you love a kebab that much?
I love the job that it does, but I can't see a place in it in my life for it at £100.
But there are communities around the world that probably do really lovely summer barbecues with friends and family, and the family is extensive, and therefore you probably do want one. I see its place, it's quite a lot.
Well, the final question of the day is this a success story or a total donner?
Unlike the breader, I'm so glad we got to do it and try it because it did work, it's something unique, and therefore it's a success.
It's not gonna make me go out and buy one tomorrow, but it is successful in what it does.
Well, over to you. If you had to pick a favourite, which would it be? Comment down below, and please do continue to send us all of your gadget inspiration and ideas, whether it be in the YouTube comments or on Instagram, wherever you can find us, so that we can continue doing these videos from now until the end of all time.
And when we can't do it anymore, Finn will take over.